Welcome back to the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. My name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you guys joining us this morning. If you're watching us live on Facebook, thank you for that. And if you're checking us out elsewhere, you can see us at www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. We have audio and video versions for you to check out. You can see them there. We keep them up forever. And of course, on our Facebook page, they do keep these shows alive, so you can check them out throughout the day. Getting into your traffic this morning, minor delays at the 10-12 split on I-12 westbound, causing a little bit of backup to about Airline, but nothing past that. So otherwise, I-12 is flowing. Some on-ramp delays in Livingston Parish, but nothing too crazy today. 64 is clear heading into Central. Greenville Springs clear as well. 4H Club Road, River Road, and 190 flowing as well. School traffic kind of heavy this morning. Maybe the darkness. There's a little bit of some pockets of rain out there. We'll talk about that in a second. Good morning, Mr. Jonathan. Thanks for joining us. And good morning, Miss Cynthia. Thanks for joining us as well. Some pockets of rain in and around the parish, and it looks to be causing some heavy delays, especially in that school traffic. Real bad in front of Live Oak High School on 16. Also pretty bad on Burgess Avenue and 190 in and around Walker High School. Denham High, not so bad, but still some heavier traffic because of the rain on 16. So please keep that in mind. It is currently 62 degrees, as mentioned. There's a little bit of rain going on out there. That has brought in some cooler weather. 70 degrees your high today, so it's not going to get very warm. 49 your overnight low. Looking at about a 20% chance of rain. Going to stay cloudy through about 11 a.m. It's going to be cold today and tomorrow, and it's going to move into probably the 80s and 60s starting Sunday, and that'll last through the rest of next week. So it's going to get back to about what it was looking or what it was feeling like Wednesday and Thursday of this week. Only going to have this real cool weather for about 2 days. Getting into your show today, early voting starts today. It's a packed ballot for most people in Livingston Parish. Of course, you can go to the Denham Springs Walker Branch Library here just on the eastern side of Denham Springs, or you can go to the registrar's office in Livingston. You need to have your ID with you to vote early, of course, to prove your residence, and then both locations will be practicing social distancing measures and COVID mitigation efforts, but we'll be trying to make sure that everything moves efficiently. Please remember that it is expanded. That would be the time from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily at both locations, trying to get as many people to early vote as possible. The registrar of voters expects at least 30,000 between the two locations between now and the end of early voting. Early voting ending October 27th. So you've got roughly 11 days to get out there and early vote. That starts again this morning at 8 a.m. Denham Springs last night fell to Westgate 43-7. Still not quite on track with where they'd like to be. Live Oak topped Opelousas. So moving into the Friday slate, you'll have Walker, Albany, and Springfield coming out to play this Friday. Livingston Parish is above the state average when it comes to ACT scores, not SEC. This is not football. So Livingston Parish is above the state average when it comes to ACT scores. The ACT, of course, is a composite test which tests academic progress for individual students. Currently, the parish is at 20 out of 36. Of course, the ACT is 36 possible points. Here in Livingston Parish, the average was a 20. One of 5 school districts to have a 20 or above average on the ACT. That's the state average is about 18.7. Live Oak and French Settlement led the way with those with 21.1 as their composite average each. Getting into your COVID-19 statistics real quick, 173,864 cases, 5,507 deaths, 2,542,919 tests. 161,792 have recovered. 566 are hospitalized on 61 ventilators. In Livingston Parish, 3,990 cases, 77 deaths on 43,489 tests. Want to talk about your mitigation efforts real quick? Please remember to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds or more. 6 feet or more of distance between yourself and others. Wear a mask in public. It is a mandate. Control your cough and sneezing with an elbow or a tissue, preferably your own elbow. Don't touch your face, my favorite one. And 50 or less to a gathering, preferably less. And stay home if you're sick. and utilize telehealth to get in touch with your doctor. The Louisiana Department of Health recently made an announcement that, not to jinx anything, but that the number of COVID-19 positive and quarantine cases that are being dealt with in Louisiana schools is promising. As of right now, 495 students have tested positive for COVID-19, 1,063 teachers. Now, LDH did say these are not numbers to ignore. There still are places for improvement and places to do better. But when you're thinking about the total number of students, which is roughly 700,000, and the total number of faculty, which I believe is somewhere around 300,000 to 400,000, those are pretty good numbers. That's a small percentage, and as they are saying, cases as related to in-person instruction. So those are cases that are passed at school. Most of those do not, or those numbers do not include maybe if you were playing with other friends at home, and those kids were and got it. Or if a teacher got it going, somewhere public. These are all related to being passed at school. So it's going to be interesting to see how that number changes, especially as it gets colder, if those numbers have a sharp increase at all. Hopefully, they'll stay right in that range. But again, 495 students so far statewide have tested positive for COVID-19 as a result of in-person instruction. 1,063 teachers dealing with it as well. Pretty quick show this morning. Going to get back into your traffic real quick. Minor delays at the 10-12 split. If you're heading on I-12 westbound, that's only backed up to about Airline. Otherwise, I-12 is flowing. On-ramp delays in Livingston Parish. Pretty normal this morning. 4-H Club Road, River Road 190 are flowing. 64 is clear heading into Central, and Greenville Springs clear as well. Did want to remind folks there is a bit of rain on and off this morning out there. School traffic is pretty heavy, especially in front of Live Oak High and on Burgess Avenue and 190 by Walker High. So please keep that in mind. It is currently 62 degrees, 20% chance of rain through about 11 a.m. this morning. 70 degrees, your high today. Not going to get very warm, and 49, your overnight low. It's going to be cold like that for the next 2 days. Then we're going to get it back into the 80s and the 60s for about a week or two until another cold front comes through. Want to remind folks one more time, early voting does begin today. It'll be October 16th. Starts at 8 a.m. It is at the Denham Springs Walker Branch Library or at the Registrar of Voters office in Livingston. You can go ahead and head there. All you need is your ID. There will be COVID-19 mitigation efforts in place, but they are going to be moving people efficiently. So please get there. Try to be patient. Of course, if you're going to the library, please enter on the north side. That's the Eden Church side. Do not come through the library, because if you come through the north side, that's how they're going to be flowing traffic. So you're going to end up having to go through and go out anyway. So try to go to the north side for that. Of course, again, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, they will be open through October 27th. So got about 11 days to get that early vote in. I have heard reports that there is already a line at the Denham Springs Walker Branch Library. So people really looking out there to get their early voting done, and that's a good thing. Good thing to go ahead and vote. Of course, the Registrar of Voters, Jared Andrews, is expecting somewhere between 25,000 and 35,000 people to early vote. At least that's what he's shooting for, looking to smash previous records. So we'll be keeping an eye on the trends as early voting goes on. One last time, my name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you guys joining us this morning for the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. Want to remind folks that we are on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. We are once a week in print on Thursdays at $7 a month to get that in your mailbox. We're also online, www.livingstonparishnews.com. We have a podcast page, which is free, a breaking news page, which is free, and a coronavirus page, which is free as well. We do hope you have a great day. Yes, Miss Cynthia, we do hope everybody has a great day. Please remember, try to get out there and early vote. It's going to be a lot easier than dealing with COVID-19 mitigation efforts and long lines on November 3rd. Got plenty of time to get out there. You might have to wait in line a little bit, but you can go ahead and get your vote in, get it counted, get it done. So again, and we hope everybody has a great weekend. Please remember that the early voting booths will not be open on Sunday. So they are open today, tomorrow, skip Sunday, and then begin Monday. Have a great weekend. We will see you Monday morning.